Okay, hi everybody. In this video, we'll talk about a new chapter where we'll be considering all the discussions that we had with earlier chapters. At this point in the course, we're going to see how we are going to put everything together in a research proposal. As we're working on a qualitative research course, so we need to now understand how a qualitative research is designed and what elements in the research are important to look at. In this topic, we'll be learning about different features that are part of a research proposal. We'll understand from this chapter some important points about research proposal, and also we'll learn about what is the function and purpose of having a research proposal and what is needed to prepare a research proposal. So we'll be talking about all these points in this following video. First of all, you all need to understand why a research proposal is important. One thing that whenever we are going to do something, what you can call systematically, as research itself is a very systematic work. So when we are going to do that, we need to have a proper plan of action. We need not to, think randomly about stuff and start working on it, because research is a very time consuming task. So we need to plan it in a proper way. So research proposal is a way of putting your thoughts thoughts in action, and also learning if your thoughts are in line with with the guidelines of the research or not. So first reason of having a research proposal is to understand what are your what is in your mind actually, and how are you going to frame your idea or phenomena of your research, and also your plan of how to work through your uh, you know uh, work through, or how you're planning to investigate your phenomena is in line with all the principles of research in that particular domain. So it helps you list out all that factors. It guides your process. It also helps the reviewers who are going to approve your proposal or your plan of action. Reviewers are expert panelists. Basically, every institution, academic institution or research institution, has a panel of experts who actually review the research proposals and see if anything is is out of context, or if anything is not ethically addressed in the research proposal. So they're basically going to critically analyze the proposal and suggest changes if required, or suggest points which can be incorporated to improve the research idea. So a reviewer actually follows all these guidelines to see if the methodology is sound in the research proposal or not. It also helps the researcher to clarify their ideas and to think thoroughly about conceptual and practical aspects of the research. Sometimes we have something very exciting in our mind to research about, but once we put down our idea about what we want to research, we come to understand that some topics are not feasible or not practical to investigate. There are many practical limitations at times where you cannot access the sample you want to research on, or sometimes you are short of some some resources. Sometimes there's time constraints. Sometimes there are financial constraints, for which reason you are unable to process a certain topic. So you may have a brilliant idea or a very fascinating thought in your mind to research about, but once you start to propose, or once you start to plan of how you're going to conduct the research, you come to understand that some areas are inaccessible, or you're unable to work through those points. Also, it helps the person, the individual who's going to write the proposal. It also guides the person to think rationally if the idea he's wanting to research on is is worthy enough or not. Sometimes we may come to realize while again conceptualizing our thoughts, we get to understand that this area is already there's so much work already done in the area, and probably working on the same topic is not worth it's not worth it. So rationale is a way of identifying the worth, the social implication, the significance of the topic you were trying to work through. So this is these are some important functions of writing a research proposal. Okay, when you are writing a research proposal, you need to keep a certain elements in mind that will help you to prepare a well written document, research document. First of all, as we were talking about qualitative research, in qualitative research, as we've discussed this earlier too, research questions are addressed, and research questions basically guides the researcher to build their rationale, and also to rationalize a topic. One has to review literature. Literature is basically some existing relevant researches, studies done in the same area, which helps guides the writer, the researcher, to conceptualize his idea about the topic, or what areas of the phenomena are underworked, or some areas or elements needs to be checked in other ways as well. So literature on the phenomena, existing literature on the phenomena guides the researcher to conceptualize his phenomena in a better way, to critically see what other aspects of the phenomena can be looked at. Also, every research proposal should also provide information about the research design. It's very important to identify what design, research design is going to be processed in the research. It also should be mentioned through the research question and the rationale, that what kind of epistemological position the researcher is containing. Information about data collection and the procedures through which it is done should also be mentioned in the proposal, and how are you going to analyze the data should also be worked through. Plus, how you're going to recruit your sample of the research, and also what ethical considerations are looked in while working through the research. Researchers' reflexivity is also maintained while writing the proposal, and also resources. Some resources like finances, time, material, and equipment. How are you going to manage all of that should also be written well in the research proposal. So for this section, the next section of the video, we'll talk about